guy, I mean, I had him in Canada. I got him from a kill shelter in Kentucky.
Yeah, so I don't care about this. Sorry, Megan, I only care about the juicy stuff. Hi guys, welcome back to the Shannon Show. Hello, if you're new, so today's video is going to be a reaction of the interview we've all been waiting to see, the Harry and Meghan Markle Oprah interview. I hope everybody is doing as well as can be, and I really do hope everybody is being as proactive as possible in supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. And if you're still on the lookout for some resources, I've linked some in the description. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts on my commentary. I'm always up for a chat, I'm always up for a debate. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, give it a dislike, no hard feelings. And if you really like this video, consider subscribing and helping your girl out. So we've all been waiting for the tea, we've all been waiting for the tea, honey. I just want to make it very clear that I am team Harry and Meghan. I'm anti-monarchy, so if you're on this and you're like pro-royal, you've been warned. But I'm not gonna lie, I do live for a bit of monarchy mess. The monarchy mess is messy, and from the whispers that I've been hearing, there's gonna be some. I've been hearing people say ITV is gonna censor it. I'm not a big fan of the British press, to be honest, but I just don't see ITV doing that. I feel like if they did do it, it'd just be very stupid because they'd have the CBS edit, so I highly doubt that they're going to censor it. But I guess we'll see. With these reactions, there's only a limited amount of footage that I can use. If you want the full unrestricted reaction experience, check out my Patreon. Get my eyesight. Tried to VPN it on my laptop, but just was not letting me live. Right headphones.
They became one of the most talked about couples in the media.
Yeah, I get that they need to put an intro in, but I'm just skipping to the questions.
We've been so strict. Everybody around here literally is double masked and has face shields.
Okay, double masked up, okay.
Even though we're neighbors, I'm down the road, you're up the road.
Oh, okay, they're neighbors.
There has not been an agreement. You don't know what I'm going to ask.
No.
And there is no subject that's off limits.
Yeah, Oprah loves to ask these questions, Shadi. She actually has no filter.
So, you ready?
Yeah, we ready, Oprah, we ready. Come on, give it to us.
So I was there on that wedding day, and I so recall this sense of magic. I mean, I'd never experienced anything like it.
Okay, I guess they're building up the fairy tale. Because, yeah, like, when they got married, it seemed like positive press that then it just switched at it.
But I think we were both really aware, even in advance of that, this wasn't our day.
That is true. It wasn't really their wedding, was it?
But you weren't just marrying a family, you were marrying a 1,200-year-old institution.
I will say I went into it naively.
She probably thought she was going to get in there and just be living the princess life, Shadi.
If you're going to marry a royal, then you would do research about what that would mean.
Oh, yeah.
The beginning of our courtship.
Ooh, courtship. Sounds so fancy.
But I think as Americans especially, what do you know about the royals? It's what you read in fairy tales.
She should have watched The Crown before. Were they married before The Crown came out? Were they married after The Crown came out? I'd have to double check.
There wasn't actually a huge formality the first time I met Her Majesty the Queen.
Oh, she didn't have to do all of that bowing.
I thought that was part of the fanfare. I didn't think that's what happens inside.
Oh, girl.
You and Harry practiced.
Yeah, and Fergie ran out and she said, "Are you ready? Do you know how to curtsy?" I said, "Oh my goodness, you guys."
At least he kind of prepped her.
Thank God I hadn't known a lot about the family. Thank God I hadn't researched. I would have been so in my head about all of it.
I'm sure she probably wouldn't have even married him. She would have been like, "This is too much."
Guy, I mean, I had him in Canada. I got him from a kill shelter in Kentucky.
Yeah, so I don't care about this. Sorry, Megan, I only care about the juicy stuff.
But we called the Archbishop and we just said, look, this spectacle is for the world, but we want our union between us.
Oh, that's cute.
6 months after Harry and Meghan's wedding, headlines began to swirl about a rift between Meghan and her sister-in-law.
Okay, they're getting into the Kate Middleton tea.
Was there a situation where she might have cried or she could have cried?
No, the reverse happened.
Ooh.
I would have never wanted that to come out about her, ever, even though it had happened. I protected that from ever being out in the world.
And Kate didn't say nothing neither.
This was a really big story at the time that you made Kate cry. Now you're saying you didn't make Kate cry, Kate made you cry.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Why would Kate be upset about a wedding that's not even hers? And people just fall for it. I don't even think people fall for it. People need a reason to justify their unjustified hatred towards her. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised.
I'm not sharing that piece about Kate in any way to be disparaging to her. I think it's really important for people to understand the truth.
Period. It's cheeky. Kate was cheeky for that.
I would hope that she would have wanted that corrected.
Oh! Oh!
And maybe in the same way that the palace wouldn't let anybody else negate it, they wouldn't let her.
Meghan can't keep hands off her baby bump for pride or vanity.
Oh, that whole baby bump shit was fucking pathetic. Imagine being paid to write this shit. Embarrassing.
Really loaded piece of toast. I mean, you have to laugh at a certain point because it's just ridiculous.
You know what? If I had like ridiculous stories written about me, I mean, you have to just laugh. You just have to laugh. Like sometimes I get crazy comments on my YouTube channel and you just gotta laugh because it's just like, this is actually so stupid.
So do you think there was a standard for Kate in general and a separate one for you? And if so, why?
I don't know why.
She's keeping it coy. I think she knows.
Can I go and have lunch with my friends? No, you're oversaturated, you're everywhere. It would be best for you to not go out to lunch with your friends.
Who, baby? Spill the beans.
And she has a blanket that sits across her knees for warmth, and it was chilly. And she was like, Meghan, come on, and put it over my knees as well.
Liz, you ain't defending our girl.
Was she helping you, embracing you into the family, helping you adjust?
I think everyone welcomed me.
Why is she using plural? She asked about Kate.
Concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
Would it be fair to say not really okay, since really been a struggle?
Yes.
I remember this. She looks so sad.
They didn't want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol. He wasn't going to receive security.
Oh, this sounds very dodgy.
Archie being called a prince, was that important to you?
If it meant he was going to be safe, then of course. All the grandeur surrounding this stuff is an attachment that I don't personally have.
No, I would have been fucking bothered. I married a prince, busted it open, put my body on the line, and now the baby that I held for 9 months is not even going to be a prince. It's fucking disrespect. Very rude.
It was you and Harry who didn't want Archie to have a prince title.
Yeah, that's what I heard, which I thought was weird.
So you're telling me that is not true?
No, and it's not our decision to make.
And you and Harry decided that you were not going to take the picture that had been a part of the tradition, and
We weren't asked to take a picture.
They weren't even asked to take the picture. Ah!
Can you just tell them the truth? Can you say to the world, you're not giving him a title, and we want to keep him safe, and that if he's not a prince, then it's not part of the tradition? But they wouldn't do that.
They stitched Meghan up.
they didn't want to make Archie a prince. What are those thoughts? Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because of his race?
Say it, say it.
So we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
And there it is.
Who is having that conversation with you? What?
Who? Is she crying? I don't know.
And you're not going to tell me who had the conversation?
I think that would be very damaging to them. I just didn't want to be alive anymore.
The British press is actually trash.
I am concerned for my mental welfare. And people going, oh yes, it's disproportionately terrible what we see out there to anyone else, but nothing was ever done.
And it's the way the British press has terrorised this woman. Absolutely disgusting. Fuck the British press and fuck the people who actually write these stories as well. Fuck them. And fuck that pathetic excuse of a person, Piers Morgan.
As I see how bad it is, but there's nothing we can do to protect you because you're not a paid employee of the institution.
I said, you ain't bringing us the money we need when they're helping you, sorry. They're fucking fucked up.
It's when I joined that family, that was the last time until we came here that I saw my passport, my driver's license, my keys, all that gets turned over.
This is some crazy shit. This is some shit you hear in Libya or Saudi Arabia.
And I remember him saying, I don't think you can go. And I said, I can't be left alone.
Because you were afraid of what you might do to yourself?
This is so sad, man.
And that's, I think, so important for people to remember is you have no idea what's going on for someone behind closed doors. You have no idea.
While she was pregnant.
It takes so much courage to admit that you need help.
Mm-hmm.
It takes so much courage to voice that.
It's very difficult.
I don't know how they could expect that after all of this time, we would still just be silent.
Period. At this point, I wouldn't have given a fuck either.
There's a lot that's been lost already. And I grieve a lot. I mean, I've lost my father. I lost a baby.
And even when she revealed her miscarriage, they still came for her. Fucking sickos. That was barely anything.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
For the new addition to your family.
If you want to find out the gender.
It's a girl.
Oh, they're having a girl.
Tyler Perry offered them his home as a temporary refuge. He also provided security.
Tyler Perry came through. That was nice. I need someone who's going to let me live in their mansion with security. Anyone?
Courtesy of the Daily Mail, the world knew our exact location.
And we called them out.
Many reporters and viral posts blamed Meghan for the decision.
Trash.
So you left because you were asking for help and couldn't get it?
Yeah, basically.
Not even the grandson can get help. It's mad.
That you really weren't aware of unconscious bias and
No.
all that represents until you met Meg.
Yeah, sad as it is to say,
Yeah, it is really sad, Harry.
how far they were going to take it
And get away with it.
Get away with it.
and get away with it and be so blatant about it.
Oh yeah, be so blatant about it. But the UK doesn't have a racism problem, guys.
So where did that story come from?
I hazard a guess that it probably could have come from within the institution.
Set them up. Wow.
3 conversations with my grandmother and 2 conversations with my father before he stopped taking my calls.
Oh, stop taking his calls. What? Was that shade? Was that tea? Guess he wasn't happy.
It's a very trapping environment that a lot of them are stuck in.
Yeah, because it just seems like you're agreeing to give up your passport. You have to ask permission to do everything. It seems like that type of environment.
Mentality of this is just how it is. This is how it's meant to be. You can't change it. We've all been through it.
This is exactly the scene in The Crown when I think it was Anne was complaining to the Queen, and she's just like, oh, it happens, Oh.
Both Conservative and Labour came out and called out the colonial undertones of articles and headlines written about Meghan. Yet no one from my family ever said anything.
Shameful. Yeah, that's a fucking piss take.
What do you care about better press if you're royal?
I think everyone needs to have some compassion for them in that situation.
Sorry, you lost me there. You lost me there. I get it's your family, yeah, but nah.
My grandmother has been amazing throughout. My father, my brother, Kate, and all the rest of the family, they were really welcoming.
Oh, wow.
So are you saying that there were hints of jealousy?
Look, I just wish that we would all learn from the past.
There was jealousy. Who is jealous? I reckon it was William. And maybe Kate as well.
Here you have one of the greatest assets to the Commonwealth that the family could have ever wished for.
Asset, you know.
Please keep him safe. Please don't pull his security and announce to the world when he and we are most vulnerable. And they said it's just not possible. I left my career, my life, I left everything because I love him, right? And our plan was to do this forever.
Yeah, she really did love him. I wouldn't have married Harry. Deal with this bullshit.
My father and my brother, they are trapped. They don't get to leave. And I have huge compassion for that.
You know what? I did feel sorry for Charles in the Crown.
All she'd ever want is for us to be happy.
Yeah, Diana would have been proud, I think.
Your family cut you off?
Yeah, in the first quarter of 2020. But I've got what my mum left me.
Not even his grandma can give her grandson a little bit of change either. It's cruel.
Is he taking your calls now?
Yeah. He is. There's a lot to work through there.
Okay, so him and Charles are not getting on very well.
I love William to bits. He's my brother. We've been through hell together, and we have a shared experience. But we were on different paths.
Okay, he kept it cute. They're not getting on.
Can you tell us what the question was?
No, I'm not comfortable sharing that.
Okay, it was bad, guys.
God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
Yeah, they really tried. They really did try.
So what do you say to the people who say that you came here, you made these multi-million-dollar deals, and that you were just money-grabbing royals?
I just don't know what people expected them to do. Like, just be poor? Like, not make a living? It's very weird.
Look, from my perspective, all I needed was enough money to be able to pay for security.
That shit ain't cheap, Shadi.
Space where I can go for
God, he's
walks with
walking
Archie,
now.
and we can go for walks as a family and with the dogs, and be able to go to the hikes or go, down to the beach, which is so
he's
close.
big.
You said that you love your brother and always will love your brother. You didn't tell me what the relationship is now, though.
Oh, she's circling back.
I'm really proud of us.
No, I'm proud. I'm proud that they did leave.
I have one. My regret
Oh.
is believing them when they said I would be protected. I believed that. And I regret believing that because I think had I really seen that that wasn't happening, I would have been able to do more.
Look, it's good. I would have said, you know what? I love him, Harry, and we're happy together. But I regret marrying into this fucking crazy ass family.
So your story with the prince does have a happy ending?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks so much better than when she did in that interview when she was like, no, I'm not okay.
You need to want to be saved.
You need to want to be saved. Oh, well, all right then. That's the end. Oh, I'm glad that they did this. I think it definitely will. I hope that it does sway. I don't know. Because I feel like there is a portion of the British public that don't like Meghan. But there is a lot of people who kind of just feel like it's unnecessary. And I feel like there's more people that think that it's unnecessary. But the people that just don't fucking care are people who are in control of these newspapers. So I don't know if the press will stop. But if they don't, they're just going to look like disgusting. But at this point, I don't think the British press care if they look disgusting or not. Because they're here to make money, and there's still a lot of these people who are sad and miserable who buy into these disgusting stories. You kind of suspect things, but then like to actually hear it like confirmed, it's just like, wow. But yes, the British press and the people who work for them should really feel ashamed of themselves. They should really feel disgusted about themselves and how they've treated this innocent woman. And race does come into it. There is obvious undertones of racism in this this unneeded attack against Meghan. The monarchy are not stepping in are fucking shit. Fuck the monarchy. Like, it's fucking disgusting. They're not even protecting people, taking away security. What the fuck is that? That's pretty much my thoughts on everything. I think Oprah did a pretty good job. Some people were like, well, she didn't ask about Meghan about her father. Yeah, I would have liked to have heard more about Meghan's father, to be honest, because and her sister as well. I mean, they've both been going on TV just chatting shit about her. But I thought maybe she just didn't want to take it there, because even though it's an interview, you can tell, like, obviously this is inner circle, like Oprah's their friend. So I feel like she didn't want to take it there. And honestly, that's the least interesting part, to be honest. Yeah, it would have been juicy to hear, but, you know, people want to hear about the monarchy. That's what people want to hear. So I feel like she got away with leaving that out. What did you guys think about the interview? Was it eye-opening for you? And yeah, I was surprised about how honest they were as well. And I was surprised about how open the questions were. I suspected it. Oprah, she has no filter, but, you know, they did try and be, like, you know, nice about it, but they did spill quite a bit of tea. They spilled quite a bit of tea. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear from you guys. What did you guys think about the interview and this information? Were you surprised about anything that was said? Was it kind of just confirmation for you? Were you swayed by this interview? Do you have, like, a different opinion of Harry and Meghan now? Do you have a different opinion on how the press are covering things now? What do you guys think? And of course, as always, let me know what you thought about my commentary. And yes, subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you have, don't forget to put my notification bell on so you know when my next video is dropping. I'm also trying to get to 2.9k subscribers. Thank you to everybody who helped me reach 2.8k. I really appreciate it. Till next time, guys. Bye.